Hey YouTube, Steve again here, Tactical Pause. Gonna go ahead and go over my AK. I'm gonna call this video series probably AK Guinea Pig. It's just because I've tried a lot of things onto this AK to figure out what I actually like before I go out and buy like an Arsenal or Krebs or whatever I find for like a good price. But this here is my AK and it runs. It's a WASR 1063, and I know a bunch of people hate on WASRs, but I actually got a good rifle. I got this rifle from Sure Survival. They're a gun shop in Tampa, Florida, and what they do is they build and manufacture AKs. They also make ARs too, and Sega rifles. AKs and Segas are their primary means of weapons builds, and what they do is if they already have AKs there, what they do is they make sure everything's right. So the trunnions, the barrels, the front sight posts, they correct everything if it needs correcting, and they do a good job. If you go there, talk to Bill. Bill is the guy who built this one. He's done some other work for me. Good group of guys over there at Sure Survival. Check them out. They have a YouTube channel. I think their website is suresurvivaltampa.com. But check them out. Good group of guys. So, like I said, I bought this probably about 2.5 years ago, and I have ran it. I've put it through the ringer. A lot of rounds, thousands and thousands of rounds. One malfunction. That's it. It was using Tula ammo. And a variety of different Tula ammo. But like I said, one malfunction, rack, good to go. I haven't had one since. But the rifle obviously didn't come as you see it here. And I'll bring you in a little bit closer later on in the video. But it came with standard wood furniture, nothing done to it. Very plain Jane WASR 1063. I got this for I think just over $500. When I bought it. I bought it at probably right at the beginning of like the big weapons scare that we had a couple years ago, but it's worked out for me, and it's worked out really good. I'm gonna call this the AK Guinea Pig just because, like I said before, I've just tried so many different things on it, and that's what this rifle pretty much is, besides like a future truck gun or something. It's just a guinea pig to try out certain things I like, or certain things that I think I'll like. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and bring you guys through a little bit closer and go over what I got done to it. Alright, so here it is, just a bit closer. I'll bring the camera in closer in after I talk about this just a little bit so you can see everything in detail. Like I said, it's the WASR 1063. Obviously, the first thing you'll notice probably is the railed fore-end right here. This is a Midwest Industries. This is the extended SS model, so it's real smooth on all sides. These are the MI handguards that you can get for it. They just bolt right in with these two screws on each one. But the reason why I went with this one, not just the standard one, because right here where my finger is forward, that's all the extra grip that you get. So you can see from where my ring finger is here, forward, that's where I get all my extra grip. I like running my AR like that. A lot of people don't like that whole whenever you put your hand all the way forward like this. I find it works really good. So that's why I went with the this rail system, because I can get a purchase further out in front, and it works really good. Obviously, you can tell I got the Magpul AFG1. And for the light, if you guys have seen my AR video, it's the same setup for the light that's on my AR video. It's the Phoenix PD20 with the gear sector mount for a Surefire E series. Awesome route to go. Now the rail system, you can change out these tops like you've seen with the other Midwest Industries tops, so you can have them optic dependent for like an RMR or Aimpoint Micro, and there's a couple other ones. But they come with some rail sections. They're polymer rail sections, but they're not like the soft plastic. They're actually really hard, and that's what's holding on the AFG and the light. Also, you can see that this is painted. I just wanted to check out to see if the rattle can stuff would work really good. So what I did is I used solvent to get all the oil off, sprayed it down, only put 3 coats, and it's held up pretty good. So if you guys are interested in or curious about using rattle cans for like painting your gun or whatever you want to paint, it'll hold up. I mean, you'll see some scratches and stuff, but I actually like that that kind of look. That's just me. I also have the US Palm grip, manufactured by Tango Down. It doesn't have the door on the bottom, but this is definitely an awesome grip. I used to have the Hogue grip, and I was just not a fan of the finger grooves. I like running. Like I said before, I have small hands, so anything where I can get a higher purchase, because you can see how much grip I have left on my hands. Also, from Solar Tactical, I have their MFer, which is their magazine well right here. And what it does is it gives you just a very small magazine funnel, and it seriously shortens the angle of the magazine for whenever you insert it. And I'll show you guys that later once I bring you in a lot closer so you can see it. But check out Solar Tactical, the MFer, awesome. Super light and you won't even be able to tell a weight difference. Also from Solar Tactical, I got a Galil style magazine release. I don't like the whole like plastic push button ones. I wanted to keep it somewhat traditional, so I went with the Galil style. It's just an extended magazine release. It's awesome. Also from Solar Tactical, I got just a little lever. You can see it here with the silver rivets, and it works just like those $45 to $60 ones. I mean, it works just the same. Plus, you can mount the actual lever wherever you want on the safety selector. And I went with the Ace internal receiver block with the pig nose adapter. And what this does is this is at its highest setting. So it's as high as it can possibly go. And what it does is it raises your cheek weld higher, so that way you can get a better side picture if you were to mount optics or something. Definitely a good purchase. All I did was cut the tang off. Like I said, it's just a WASR 1063. To cut the tang off of this, I wouldn't want to cut it off, a $1,000 AK. But now I know what I like, so if I did purchase a higher end AK, I would probably do the same thing because I like this, and I have the option of actually buying Ace's folding mechanism, whether it be the push button or the push one. It's definitely awesome. Like I said, I'm a short guy, so anything that has a telescoping stock, I'm very keen to buy because I have to have a short length of pull. But this is very good. I like the Ace. There's tons of videos out there on how to do it. Super easy. What I've done to the inside is I've actually polished all the internals, except for the actual bolt carrier right here, because I didn't see a need. And it runs really smooth. Just get a Dremel tool and you're pretty much set for any tool that you'll need with an AK. To go back to the handguard itself, it requires that you remove the sling loop that's usually right around here. All I did was just cut it off with a Dremel. Once I figured out that I actually like this handguard, I just removed the whole handguard retaining plate. I just cut it all off. I figured I wouldn't need it anymore since I'm going to keep this with it, so it's done. The way that you see this rifle, if I were to get rid of it or something, it wouldn't be able to accept anything else. So that's why it's the Guinea Pig, right? So what I'll do is I'll bring the camera in a little bit closer so you can see everything close up and just check out the internals that were polished and everything like that. Okay, so here it is a little bit closer. You can see how far the rail goes by the gas block right here. And I really do like this rail system. Like I said, I like getting that really forward purchase on any rifle that I'm shooting. Here are the grips, and they're like a rough stipple. And honestly, I haven't seen any videos about these grips at all. and they're actually really good. They're like a really thick polymer. There's barely any play in them, and they just screw right in, throw some Loctite in there, and they're more than likely they're going to stay. I really like the feel of them. AFG1, there's tons of videos out there. Again, here is the Phoenix PD20. It's the same thing I run on my AR. You can see one of the small rail systems right here, and it's a hard plastic. And this is how I actually gained purchase on the light. Now with the light, as you probably, if you were able to see, the front sight post actually does block some of that light, which is another reason why I wanted the rail system here to go as far forward as possible. I'm sure if I were to get a light that would mount on the 3 or 9 o'clock, I probably wouldn't have that problem as much, but I like this angle of any flashlight mount that I use. Now I haven't put on a muzzle device yet. I'm thinking about the PWS FSC47, but like I said, I plan to get a couple muzzle devices and try them out and figure out which one I like, and that's probably the one that I'll keep. As of right now, there's no optic. What I do have right now is a Trijicon RMR that I plan to put on the TPA Project Glock 19, but while the slide's off, getting serrations done to it, what I'll probably do is I'll just throw the RMR on here and get like an American Defense mount. I also plan to actually get the Krebs Customs peep sight for the rear leaf. It's just easier to acquire. I've seen them, I like them. And here is a closer view of the Solar Tactical MFR magazine well here. You'll see that it just screws in right here in front of the trigger. And it's a good snug. Some you'll have to probably shave off a little bit of plastic. You'll see a metal lip that's in here. You'll probably have to bend that because that's what I had to do. I just had to give that just a little bit of TLC for it to fit properly. But I mean, it works, and it works really, really good. Like I said before, it reduces the angle of the magazine, and it does it a lot, like a lot. So let's see if I can get you a good picture here of the actual magazine angle. So, yep, loaded magazines. So, most of you know that you have to come in at an angle that's somewhat steep, just like this, to actually get it in there and close it in. But with this, if this is fully straight right here, that's all the angle that you need to actually get it in. So it greatly reduces the angle that the magazine needs to be to actually get in. So again, like this would normally be your angle that you would have to go. If this is the straight, like if you were going in like an AR, that's all the angle it is. I mean, you can barely see it. So here's straight again. That's the angle that you need. And that's it. So I definitely recommend the Solar Tactical MFR. Also, this is a closer up of the Galil style magazine release. You'll see that it's bowed out on this side here. It actually works really good. You'd be amazed how much like 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch would do for your leverage of getting that magazine out. And it works really good. Also from Solar Tactical, here's that lever I was talking about for the safety selector. And it works really good. It just goes in with 2 rivets. All I did was drill 2 holes, 2 rivets, boom, pound them in, and now you have it. And I like this. I went with this not only because it was so much cheaper than getting like one of those $45 to $60 ones, but since, like I've said before, I have small hands, so I can adjust this if I wanted it back, if I wanted it forward. I can put it wherever I wanted. All you do is mark it, drill holes, and then just pound it in. Here's the Tango down grip. The angle of this grip is just so much better than, obviously, than the stock one, and definitely the Hogue. I'm not a fan of the Hogue. That was the first grip I bought for it. I instantly did not like it. So I opted for this. And here is the Ace internal receiver block with the pig nose. And with the pig nose, it has a set screw here at the bottom. So if you get a buffer tube that has this little channel right here, it'll screw right in there and it doesn't come out. So you don't have to worry about like using Loctite or anything. I didn't, and it hasn't came loose yet. And you can see that there is some wear. You probably can't show up on camera really well, but there is a lot of wear on the actual paint itself. This is just like that rattle can Rust-Oleum stuff. It's only 3 coats and it's worked out. I probably won't do another rifle in it. I just wanted to test it out and see if it would actually work, and it did. So, I mean, I like it. Alright, with the AK itself, just a Krebs buffer right here. And like I said before, this is all stock internals. The only thing that I've done to them was polish it, and I did the frog lube treatment on it. And a lot of guys are hesitant with the frog lube treatment in the AK, but I mean, it works really, really good. I love frog lube. It's the only thing I use on my rifles now. But I like it a lot. You can see kind of right here. This is where I've done a lot of the polishing, and it's really smooth. All I did is I used some Never Dull at the beginning, and it's just like one of those cotton polishes, and I just rubbed it in here. I did all the rails up top. The rails up top is actually where I got the biggest benefit of actually polishing any part of the AK itself, and that's where I would recommend that anyone start, is just right here. Because if you get this smooth without any parkerization, it will run a lot smoother, And of course, the frog lube treatment doesn't, it doesn't affect it. It makes it really, really nice. And you can see the bottom of the bullet is, I mean, it's super shiny. I didn't want to do the whole thing. I don't like that look where everyone just polishes it so where it's blindingly silver. And you'll see my little, my makeshift charging handle. This is just a casing, an AK casing that I just hammered on there, and it's been on there for probably over 1,000 rounds, and it works really good. Although it's splitting right there, it'll split. If you just get some pliers and put it on there, it extends your charging handle, and it doesn't cost you anything besides 1 round that you fired. And that's a steel casing. Just hammer it on there, and it's not going to affect the charging handle or anything, and it works pretty good. I saw that on a YouTube video, and I was like, well, I have a bunch of casings, I might as well try it. And I ended up liking it, so I keep it on there. Before I put that back in, I'll show you where the tang was. You can see that this is where I've cut it. You'll see the internal receiver block right here where my finger is. And it literally didn't take that long at all. I'm a perfectionist, so what I did was when I cut it, I used a file and then some sandpaper and then make sure it was really good, repainted it. Just with some flat black Rust-Oleum stuff, couple coats, and it went on there pretty good. I mean, it's pretty flat. It's pretty flat against the receiver. I mean, there's a little daylight just up at the top, but in order to get rid of that, I would have to remove the bottom, and I just didn't feel like doing that. But it's Loctited in there. It's not going anywhere. I definitely like it. I would do this to another AK, regardless if it's an Arsenal, a Krebs, or just even another WASR. Alright guys, so that's pretty much my project, Guinea Pig AK. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything that you've tried out that I haven't thought of, just let me know. Like I said, even though it's a WASR 1063, it runs good. I've had 1 malfunction. Now I know in the AK realm, 1 malfunction is probably equal to 10 or 15 in the AR world. But I haven't had one since, and that was probably a year ago. So it's definitely good. I like it a lot. Things that I have tried on it are, besides that hoe grip that I mentioned, I've tried the push lever magazine releases, like the little finger ones. I didn't like that. I've tried the Ultimac rail. I've tried a bunch of Tapco products because I found a place where they were like half the price of anywhere else. So I tried a bunch of those. I didn't like them. I tried different stocks. I didn't like them. So what you see here now on this AK is stuff that I like and stuff that I'm going to keep. Definitely check out some of these products. There's really not a lot of videos of this rail right here, the extended SS rail. I like it because it's smooth. I like my AR rails to be smooth, so it's just an easy transition for me. And I just like to be able to get that full purchase all the way forward and extend my support arm, or my left arm. But yeah, go ahead and leave a couple comments. I'll keep you guys updated for what I'm doing. I'll make another video once I've done a number of things to it that I've been wanting to do. I want to throw on an Aimpoint Micro on here, the muzzle device, the folding mechanism, and maybe one or two other things that I'm kind of hesitant to do. But as of right now, the AK Guinea Pig is as is. There's nothing to be done here within the next month or so. So hopefully after that is when I'll start putting parts on here. Alright, so like, subscribe, comment, let me know. Alright, thanks.